nice to meet you. I'm Morgan.
Hi, Morgan. I'm Benji. Thanks
Nice
for
to
coming.
meet you, Benji. Thanks for meeting with me.
You bet.
So, I know we're a little bit crunched on time, so I just kind of want to jump right on into it, if that's okay.
Okay.
Hey. So, again, I'm Morgan. I'm with Qualtrics, and Qualtrics is the industry-leading provider of online research software. We've actually worked with a number of consumer good companies similar to yourselves, most recently, actually, Highlands Homeopathic. With them, we were able to reduce their research time by 80%, and we were actually able to reduce research costs as well by 75%. So if it's okay, I know we're busy, so I'd just like to take a few minutes and kind of learn a little bit more about CBS and maybe how we can meet some of your needs as a company. Would that be all right?
Sounds great.
Perfect. And do you mind if I take notes as we go through?
No, not a problem.
Great. I can go ahead and email these to you actually after we're done. So.
Sounds good.
Okay, so just to kind of get me up to speed, could you give me a little description about what you're currently doing for research?
Yeah, so we work with an organization called Medallia, which Medallia, what they do, we pass them our initiatives of what we're trying to accomplish. They're VOC experts, so they understand the industry extremely well.
Okay.
And so with Medallia, they collect all the data for us. They do anything that we ask them to do as far as the survey build and other things, and then they actually will send us reports that we can see the dashboards and we can see all the responses and the feedback that we're collecting from our customers.
Okay, so you just kind of let them do most of the work then and you receive the reports and go from there. Is that right?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so what do you like about what you've been doing so far there?
Ooh, they actually get really good feedback for us. So we've really appreciated the fact that they know what they're doing. They're experts. They know when the right touch points are to get in touch with customers. They know how to connect with them, how to talk with them. So we felt that we're getting some pretty good results from them.
Okay, great. What exactly do you hope to gain in collecting all this data and how do you put it to use?
So for us, we want to know anytime that a customer has a positive experience and anytime they have a negative experience and then even a neutral experience. Really anything that takes place with them. So for us, if they have a positive experience, that's good.
Okay.
Or if they have feedback that's going to help us have a better product, that's what we're looking for. Likewise, if they have a negative experience and there's something that we need to do to improve, we want to know about that. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, okay. And can you just briefly walk me through the typical decision-making process when it comes to choosing new software to implement?
So I'm heavily involved with it. I have my team that they'd be the ones that would be responsible for building surveys and other stuff like that.
Okay.
But as far as the decision-making process goes, myself, and then as far as budgeting goes, I need to talk with some other people about that.
Okay, so in going forward, should you be the primary contact in our future discussions, or do we need to include some others as well?
It depends on what we're discussing, but I probably, for the most part, I'd definitely be involved, yeah.
Great. Okay, I'm just making note of that. And then what are some of the financial constraints or maybe deadlines? I know you talked about having to kind of see to another team. What are some of those deadlines or constraints that we might have that I can kind of plan around in the future?
So as far as how much we're paying and how it's working right now with Medallia, or?
Yeah, so if just any deadlines you might have in determining how much you're going to spend or how that process works.
Oh, so you're talking about our budgeting process.
Right, yeah.
So we do have our budget planning coming up here fairly soon, where we're setting what our budgets are going to be for the next year. So I think that takes place. We need to have them set within the next month.
Next month, okay. It's good to know. Okay, so as far as objectives go, overall, what would be the biggest breakthrough for you in gaining this research as a company?
Differently than what we're doing right now?
Yeah, I know you mentioned earlier that you really want to be able to manage feedback, whether it's positive, negative, or neutral, so it sounds like maybe some NPS type stuff. What exactly are you hoping the outcome will be from that?
So we are getting that right now again, but I think the reason why it's important for us is because it sounds like you're familiar with NPS. We know the higher our NPS, the more we're listening to our customers and the better we're doing. And so, yeah, we're looking to do anything we can to increase that NPS.
Okay, so you just want to really hone in on that tracking, is that correct?
Yeah, yep.
Perfect. Okay, so I'd like to, based on what you told me, I'd like to just quickly go over some of the features that our VOC program has. It sounds like you're pretty experienced with it. So I'd just like to show you a little bit of what we can offer real quick. Would that be all right?
Sure.
Great. So as you can see here, and I'll also give you this visual as well, this is kind of easy. So first and foremost, the collection process is really nice. We have a lot of flexibility and options. We have mobile optimization. We have NPS tracking like you were interested in. We also have the typical web intercepts and a bunch of different ways to gather customer feedback. So there's a lot of flexibility there. In analyzing, this is the part that I think you'll really like. You currently were getting reports from them, so you kind of had to wait on getting those reports back, right?
Not necessarily. So they do the analysis for us, but it's live. So it's real data, it's real time. So it's almost like, just imagine going to a website, and on that website, there's all the information that we need, and we can change it based off of geographies and whatnot. So we are doing that.
Yeah, so you're already familiar with that. Qualtrics has really tried to take this to the next step. We actually do have real-time reporting as well. The difference is that you can just access it and manipulate the reports and customize them as you want. So I know you're a global corporation. You can analyze from the individual down to a specific location or the whole global operation. And you can send those reports out accordingly based on the role within the company to make it relevant to who's seeing it. So that's really nice. It just gives you a lot of flexibility in sending out your reports. And then that third portion there is dynamic case management. Basically what that means is that you can set automated alerts to go out to the appropriate people, and you can respond quickly to that customer feedback, which is really nice. I know you said you want to get better and expand on that. So this is going to really optimize how quickly you're able to get that done. Based off what you said, I'd really like to kind of take a couple weeks. I know you said you had a budget meeting coming up soon, so we'd like to meet before then. I'd like to take some of that time and have you come up with questions and really tailor something that I can show you exactly how you would implement it. If it'd be okay, I'd really like to schedule time maybe within the next 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks from now this Thursday.
I'm actually not quite certain. The reason being, one of the big things that we really like what we're doing right now is the fact that I have such a small team that we're not really hands-on. We let Medallia take care of that for us. Part of my concern, I think, with what you're saying is that we actually would have to be the ones that are doing all the programming and other things.
Right. So we actually have an account manager that'll be helped assigned to your team. Our user face is really simple, and so it's very easy to learn, and we do provide a training to help you guys through that, and like I said, you will have an account representative as well. We actually won an award for customer support, so.
Okay. All right. Good job.
Hey, thanks again for meeting me. This means a lot. I think it'll be a great opportunity for you and see how we can help you. So I understand your time is limited, so I want to get right to it. Yeah, we can address those potential issues that your company is facing.
Great.
Just to get started, I need to ask you a few questions. That way I can understand exactly where I can help you, where we can fill those gaps, and again, be able to develop that relationship. So what kind of research are you currently doing?
Yeah, so I'm responsible for all of our customer initiatives in the sense that any transaction or relationship that we have with a customer, we want to measure that. And so right now, that's my responsibilities, is making sure that we really understand what's going on with our customers and hearing their voices.
And that's great. You're aware most companies need to do that. If you're not doing that, you're falling behind. With customers having up-to-date, relevant information and choice, you have to be doing that. So that's great. But in terms of how you're getting that data, are you outsourcing it? Are you doing it in-house, or how are you doing that?
Yeah, previously we actually outsourced it.
Okay.
So it was something that we had another organization that had collected it for us. But as of the last 2 years, we brought it in-house. So we have a system that we're using in-house.
Okay. So you are doing some research. When you say in-house, what measures did you have to take? Did you have to hire additional people? Did you have to train and basically staff that you currently have?
Yeah, so we really didn't take on too many additional resources. We we had a staff. There's about 10 people on the team. They're the ones that are responsible for collecting the data. As far as to your question, what additional things did we take on? Really, the main costs were just time.
Time. Okay. And that's what we hear from a lot of clients. So it makes perfect sense. How many people would you say you have in your group right now doing that?
There's about 10.
About 10. Perfect. So specifically in terms of the data you collect, what type of information do you wish you had in order to make better decisions?
So I feel that we do a really good job of having relationship feedback. So in the sense that maybe every 6 months or so, we can send out a survey and understand how people are doing at that time. But one thing that we do struggle with is touch points. So at every touch point, whenever someone's going to purchase any of our paper products or anything else, we would like to have a much better understanding at that touch point and in a very quick turnaround exactly what's happening.
That could be a big problem, and we can help you address that. So along those same lines, here's a crucial question. What if what if I could tell you specifically the reason why customers are buying, let's say, Windex instead of your glass cleaner? Would that be valuable to you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, right? We can provide that for you. We can provide that in a timely fashion. We can give that to you basically real time, which translates into you saving money, saving time, and you can allocate the resources you're currently using with your 10 employees or that group that you have. You can probably use it on R&D, marketing, advertising, or you name it, right? So, are you familiar with Qualtrics and some of the services we provide?
You know, I really don't know a whole lot other than our brief conversation that set this meeting up.
That's fine. I'm surprised. We're a pretty big company. We've been around for about 10 years. And we help pretty much wide range of any industry you can think of. The likes of Apple, Microsoft, Marriott, Delta, all the way down to small businesses, deli shops, mom and pop shops, Utah Valley University. So as you can tell, we have a wide range of specificity. You can customize surveys based on your needs. So just to give you a little bit of information on that.
Okay.
Now, you said that one of the main issues by using Touchpoint is that sometimes you have that cycle of 6 months, right? It's a big problem. That's a big problem. You wouldn't encounter that with the suite that we would provide. Again, it would save you time, it would save you money, and you can better allocate the resources. That will be a great opportunity for you, and you can eliminate all of that, all the other headaches. Now, I don't know if you currently are using a CRM. Do you have a CRM in place?
Yeah, we do. We use Salesforce.
Perfect. So Salesforce is the most popular one. Along those same lines, our software backwards integrates with Salesforce or with any other. So if you were to switch, you will be able to track that information into Salesforce. So let me give you a quick example. Let's say you want to find out on a new product that you'll be launching in California, right? So we will be able to give you the survey, and then you will be able, from the results, backtrack that into Salesforce. And that way, when you launch that campaign, you can see the reports, you can see the dashboards, and you can make better, more intelligent decisions that would basically help you through the process.
Okay, that's very helpful.
Perfect. So at this point, to be honest, it sounds to me like you need a better customer survey information. You need a better suite, you need a better software. We can provide that for you. At this point, it would be best if we set up a time. Give me an hour, I can bring some of my experts, you can bring some of your experts and decision makers. We can walk you through the whole process. Basically, we can do a mock, we can launch a campaign, we can fill out the questionnaire, you can see the real-time results and how it reports into your CRM and how you'll be able to, again, better allocate the resources that you currently are using with those other 10 people. Okay.
Okay. I'm not sure if it's necessary though. Quite frankly, the system that we have in place, it's been working fine, but it is very, very cost effective for us. And so, again, one of the reasons we had switched previously from what we've done is because it was very expensive for us. And the solution we have now, there are quite a few pain points, and I think you've touched on a lot of them. But we are a very, very frugal organization, and part of my concern would be that you guys are going to come in and we're not going to be able to afford you anyways.
No, I'm glad you bring that up. So along those lines, customization is not just based on the interface, it's based on pricing. So let's say to begin with, you would start with a small package and say, okay, let's see how it really, can this opportunity save us money? Can it really do that? So you start small. Later on in 6 months, you decide that it's working for you. You can always go up. So that wouldn't be an issue. We would work with you. We could sit down. That's minor. We can work that out.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm open to looking a little bit more.
That'd be great. Thanks for your time again.
Okay. Absolutely, Francisco. Thank you.